Hi, I'm Molly McCarger. I'm from San Francisco, California. I went to school in Boston. I studied marine science. I graduated a year ago. I decided to take a year off and apply to graduate schools for the first half, so that I could do field work alone in the second half. And that's exactly what I did. I'll be starting a master's in conservation biology in the fall. I came here, I've been involved in previous turtle projects before. I've never had enough solid chunk of time to devote to one project as much as I would have here. The Tortuguero area is where sea turtle conservation originated. I've read a lot of books from Archie Carr, and I knew that if I were going to be doing field work, I'd want to do it in the Tortuguero area. Canyo Palma advertised on seaturtle.org, and that's how I found this place. I'm glad I came here instead of a larger name organization in the area. I feel like there's less protection on this beach. They need volunteers and interns more, and it was cheaper. Right. Well, a lot of the actual field work I was familiar with. It didn't come as too much of a surprise because I'd done nesting projects before. I feel like a lot of the new wisdom, experience that I got out of this was just more familiarity with sort of the rules and regulations that a project needs to abide by, how Manai works, the chain of command. I'd been at projects before with poaching issues, but never as the volume as this. I learned a lot about how to sort of treat delicate issues like that. A lot more sort of focus on understanding what goes into a cultural, well, for some people it really is a cultural activity to poach these eggs. They've been doing it as long as their ancestors have. At other projects I don't think I was ever there long enough to really gain any insight into what the project sort of needs to go through in order to be able to actually function. Certain permits that you need to do for every single part of your protocol. I think that's helped prepare me a lot for the master's I'm going to start. Understanding the sort of legalities side of everything as well as the biological side. I think a lot of my best memories from here are probably on night patrol. I've been on quite a few night patrols where we've been out all night until dawn, 8 hours or more. And if you're with the right group of people, it hits a point where you're so sleep deprived and exhausted that everything is great, everything is terrific. And if you've gotten to work 4 or more turtles, in addition to that, it's a pretty good night. I'd say those are definitely my favorite memories from the season. I think living in communal settings will always be challenging for anybody. Everybody has a different way of doing things. If you're with the same group of people for long enough, you can get very annoyed at people. I'd say maybe the most difficult part is when you're with a large group of people for a long time, and then new people come in, you sort of expect them to know how to do everything, and it's difficult to remind yourself that you need to be patient, to remember how long it took you to adjust. That's usually not a problem if, you know, the people who come in are interested in the work and it's coming from a good place. I'd say the most frustrating part is you will run into people who come here sort of for a vacation or who aren't that interested in the work. And the most challenging part about that is still being able to be patient with them and, yeah, not taking it personally. I will miss the work. I will miss the dogs. I'll definitely miss the people. Yeah, I'll miss sort of date and time not mattering at all. Yeah, I guess sometimes to some people it can seem monotonous, but I sort of like that every single day runs into each other. It's just been a big blur, and I really like that. If I were to come back better prepared, I would have brought more Band-Aids than I did. I brought a fair amount. When I was packing, I had packed my rain boots, and then I was walking out the door, and I was like, you know, this is just too heavy, and I took them out. I would not do that in hindsight. Those are pretty essential. What else? I would bring definitely rechargeable batteries for my headlamp. And I would bring my own charger so that it doesn't, so that they don't get poached from the communal charger. If you come to Caño Palma, I would definitely, depending where most of your interests lie, I would come with sort of maybe like a list of animals or species that you're going to see. I would study up on them a little bit, know their habitat, know their time of day they want to come out, and specifically go out and look for them. And, you know, throughout your stay, a lot of people don't bother with it until the end, and they think I want to see all these things, and they try to do it all at once, and that doesn't seem as enjoyable to me. I would definitely, I mean, theoretically everyone should read the packing list and the volunteer introduction. I would definitely read it again and take it seriously. I feel like a lot of people coming here don't do that. Red headlamps are not a suggestion. They're a necessity. Just as, I mean, there are a lot of spare boots here, but it's good to have your own boots. Communal foot sharing is not a great idea here. So yeah, all of those things on the list are not there by suggestion. They're there for a very good reason. I think everyone coming here expects bug bites. I think people think tropics and they think mosquitoes. I would be extremely, extremely wary of sandflies. They're not as talked about, but much worse. To get the most out of your time here, I would also recommend staying longer. That's the best way to get the most out of your time here. Stay here as long as possible.